Hi, hey, what's up, man? How you guys doing? This is Joe D, and welcome to morning coffee for January. What is it? Sunday, January 28th, 2018. Mm. Oh, got a nice hot cup of coffee here. I've also got a beer, just in case I run out of coffee a little too quick, but. I do have this particular show, I think is a little important today just because I like this uh, uh, sort of thing. Anyway, but this one's important because of the Tuesday Share a Beer show and the Friday Share a Beer show are possibly going to change. And the Tuesday show and the Friday, well, the Tuesday show could be changing not only times, but it could be changing possibly days. So the day that it comes on, and same thing with the Friday show. The Friday show could be going away altogether, or at a minimum, it could be changing times. So stay tuned to and I'm going to share this with you right away at the beginning here so you know what's up. And so stay tuned to this is the Jody Reviews Facebook page, and this is the way you should see it. Minus all my personal junk over here. But anyway, the about is true. You can go to that's the Facebook page, so you can go there. You're welcome to text me on here, whatever you want. Oh, you have a headache. What's up, Lee? How you doing, bro? Um, so that's where to stay tuned to find out the latest on. Oh, I have found. I forget where I found this yesterday. I just found it yesterday, but it's this Family Guy Yourself, and it's from Fox, and it's from the Family Guy people. You go to that website, FamilyGuyYourself.com, I think it was called, and you could make your own character. I didn't realize it was going to be that in depth, and it's pretty detailed. So you can go there and make your own Family Guy character. I didn't do that good a job. Obviously, I don't look like exactly like that guy, other than the goatee. But I try to. Hey, what's up, Tom? I just try to make a basic character so that maybe if you're a Family Guy fan, they're and they make it so you can download it in a bunch of different formats and share it if you want. So I thought it's pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? They have a bunch of different back. I mean, it's pretty detailed, man. You can get pretty if you want to spend some time in there creating a character. You can do that. So, hey, Jason, what's up, man? A Sumatra. You know what? You're gonna crack up. This one is a Sumatra blend. Uh, mm, this is that Walmart version that I had showed. Well, now a few weeks back. Really good. And I used a butter pecan, a butter pecan creamer. That's been my latest thing. Is these butter pecan creamers. I kind of like the flavor of butter pecan, but I also have a really good Sumatran blended coffee beer as well. So if I run out of this cup and everyone's willing, I'll have a beer that is blended with Sumatra coffee as well. So it's a hell of a pairing, a Sumatran coffee as well as a Sumatran coffee beer. You know what I'm saying? And a really good one that I've also had on the show before. Hey, Paul, what's up, man? Mm. He's smoking a chuck roast today and drinking tea, trying to avoid all the sickness around. Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah, because Paul's got kids, young kids, and as much as we love our kids, man, we all know that kids bring sickness. I mean, that's where you love kids, but while they're growing up, man, they just bring sickness with them, right? Uh, I know how that is. And if you have a partner that is in the healthcare field, they bring sickness as well. Or sometimes even just working, even if it's yourself working in an office, someone's always sniffling or something like that because other people have kids, or you're just around each other indoors. I'm fortunate enough or I don't have those sorts of situations. Let me see. Lee says, I can't drink coffee a lot anymore. I have a heart problem and I'm only 19. Oh, okay. Well, I'll tell you what, man. Grab your morning juice, your water, whatever you drink, man. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys here know that we have every Tuesday. Well, in the past, but this coming Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, and this coming Friday, at 12 noon Eastern, we host a share a beer show. And on the Tuesday show, at least, I don't have a beer. I just have water because I work. So yeah, bring. I mean, you don't have to have coffee, my friend. It's just about having a conversation in the morning. So at the top of the chat is a link. Hopefully it works. If you want to jump in, you're more than welcome to. You can go to my Google Plus page. There's a link in there. You should see. Well, let me see. Better than just telling you. I can just go there and show you. For those of you that aren't necessarily familiar with, you're like, is Google Plus still around? Yeah, it's still around, and there's a few dorks like me that still use it. So here's the little link. You just click this sign into Google Apps thing, and then that'll bring you into this one. This link seems to be a little more reliable. So if you go to my particular Google Plus page, let me click on my deal there. This should take you to my my profile page here. There's the link. So it's plus.google.com/plus Joe D reviews, and you'll go right to the my Google Plus page and be able to find that in there. So and that's only if you want to jump in live. If not, you're fine in the chat. I mean, that most people do that for the morning coffee part. And typically I would just have a conversation, or we would just have a conversation while I'm having a cup of coffee. So it's not necessarily an hour-long show. It's just as long as a cup of coffee would last. But I do have a beer this morning too that I really want to get into. And then I know it's early on my end. Heck, it's only 9 in the morning, 9:14 exactly in the morning. But hey, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? There's coffee in the beer. So, but I did want to make sure to, oh, you're drinking hot chocolate. Hey, man, I had hot chocolate the other day. I hadn't had hot chocolate in a while. It was just a Nestle instant hot chocolate, you pour it in there, pour some water in there, but it was good. I actually had that on the way to the dentist the other day. So you know what? And let me see. I went to the dentist Wednesday, and then the hygienist wasn't there, so I had to come back the next day for a little partial filling. I had a little part of a filling that had come out, so they did on Thursday. They did the partial filling and the cleaning, right? And I didn't think about it at the time, but man, having my mouth numb because they had to do the filling was great for the cleaning, because I didn't feel anything. She was able to get in there and do her thing and cleaning the teeth real good, and I didn't feel anything, and I don't know about your case, but in my case, and I hadn't been for a couple of years, so I knew it was going to be a pretty extensive cleaning. And a lot of my plaque, I know it's kind of gross, but a lot of my plaque had built up, on my bottom anyway. My bottom's the one that they had to numb. So let me see. What do you have here? Paul says, no one really wants to see me live on a Sunday morning. Yeah, I know, man. No one wants to see me either, but I think most people just tune it in and then just listen. You know what I'm saying? They're like, yeah, no, this guy's got a face for radio. You know what I'm saying? So that Lee says, what cheapest coffee beans is your favorite? Laugh out loud. It's 11 here. What am I reading that wrong? Let me see. What cheapest coffee beans is your favorite? It's 11. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah. Okay, he's talking about the time. So it's 11 in the morning there. I got you. I got you. Sorry about that. Um, it's kind of like a mood sort of thing, right? So I have a few. I have well, I should have brought them so I could have just showed you. That would have been easier. Right now I'm having a Sumatra blend, and that's the easiest way to say it. Sometimes I'll have just regular, sometimes I'll just have regular Folgers, quite frankly. I do have a small can of Folgers here. And but I have kind of a variety depending on my mood. And but I can tell you the roast. Um, I typically like a medium to dark roast. So sometimes I'll have one of your milder blends, but in a medium roast. Like I said, sometimes I wake up and I'm just like, you know what, screw it, man. Just give me some Folgers. You know what I'm saying? And I'll just make some quick Folgers because I'm gonna be the quality ain't necessarily as important. It's kind of like in the beer world reaching for a Coors or a Pabst or a Miller Lite. You know what I'm saying? We don't always want to drink these full flavored beers all the time. You just want a beer, yeah, well, yesterday, for instance, I had something I had to do early in the morning, a meeting I had to go to early in the morning. So I just stopped off at McDonald's and grabbed some McDonald's coffee. You know what I'm saying? A medium cup of McDonald's. So coffee is really a mood thing for me. Sometimes I want something more stronger, and that's what this one is right now. This Sumatran blend is a dark roast, so I'm getting all the full flavor, man, all the full, in my coffee, I don't get decaffeinated either. I don't get decaffeinated coffee. My tea, I will get decaffeinated, and I do drink tea most often because I'll drink that at work. I'll make my tea for at work, and I buy the tea bags that are decaffeinated. I think you've all seen all the varieties of decaffeinated teas in your supermarket. Mm. No fancy tea. I don't get loose leaf or anything. I don't go out of my way for it. It's whatever's at the grocery store, and quite frankly, whatever's on sale. Right. I'll just whatever little box of tea is on sale is going to be what I pick. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like to spend more than 250 for a box of tea, and you can generally get a decent flavor of tea for that. So that's fine. Uh, oh, let me see. So we got oh, kids are petri dishes. Let me see. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, Lee. I didn't know if you. Yeah, he says he drinks hot chocolate. I didn't read the rest of that. I only drink coffee a little bit. I used to drink better too. I can't anymore. Water is mostly all I drink. Watching your live videos. Yeah, thanks, man. Um, and then Paul says I usually have a Trader Joe's variety of coffee. I need to. I just, you know what? When I was in Albuquerque, I'm in Phoenix now. For those that don't know, but when I was in Albuquerque, Trader Joe's wasn't close to me, so I didn't really go there. I had to go, especially in Albuquerque. I had to really go out of my way to go there. We had some there, but I had to go way out of my way to go there. And it's kind of the same thing where I live in Phoenix. Even when I was in North Phoenix, I'm in South Phoenix now, but even when I was in North Phoenix, where there's kind of more of that sort of thing, it was still like I still had to go out of my way. I still wasn't. Trader Joe's has always been one of those stores for me. It's always been like just hard for me to shop at. Not a around the corner type of place. The ones that have been around the corner are like Sprouts. I've been able to. I don't know if anybody has Sprouts in their area, but Sprouts is the store that's like that type of environment, that type of store that I've been able to go to occasionally. Even now, not there's not. It's what's in my area is your typical kind of grocery store. You know, your typical kind of big supermarket. Really, I shouldn't even call them grocery stores. Some of these places have furniture and everything. For Christ's sake, you know what I'm saying? You're like, I think you're kind of losing your vision a little bit here, man. What's the, you know what I'm saying? When your supermarket starts carrying lumber, right? Like, I don't know, man. It's, um, let me see. Cheapest, Paul says, cheapest Trader Joe's variety is simply called Joe. I get a medium roast. Yeah, yeah, I happened to be at Walmart the last time. My other supermarkets really seem to get pretty foo-foo with some of the coffee, which is good. You know, you want a good variety with, but they also will charge like nine. Does that sound about right? $9 a pound, for whole. Yeah, I want to say, you know what? That's kind of funny, huh? Because that's basically. Yeah, because it'll be $8.99 a pound, and that's roughly what you'll pay for a 6 pack of good craft beer, like $8.99 or $9.99 a 6 pack for a decent uh, 6 pack of craft beer. So it's all these things are reaching that $10 mark, huh? All these things that we like to do are just they're just creeping up. And you can watch, like, it used to be it would take like a year, like every year you could watch it go up a little bit, but man, over the course of just 2017, I think we watched all these little things that we like to do. You're just your regular morning cup of Joe. McDonald's used to be super cheap, and now even McDonald's is creeping up there in their prices with their coffee, as their coffee gets, more and more popular compared to like Starbucks and so forth. And most people, I think, will lean towards um, Dunkin' or McDonald's just because it's cheaper and it's good enough, sort of thing, right? And you can't beat them for speed. Good Lord, man. McDonald's, man, they well, some McDonald's are pretty slow in the morning, but because they get so crowded, the drive-through. I went yesterday and the drive-through. Well, yeah, Saturday morning. Yeah, when I went yesterday for that medium cup of coffee that I got at McDonald's, the drive-through line, and mind you, there's two lines that go in it, and the line was like almost wrapped around, and like it literally made an S coming, and this is out of once you're not even to the darn speaker, right? And two lines were coming out of it, and then they met back into one, and that line was like wrapped around the whole parking lot. I parked in the parking lot, walked in, got a medium cup of coffee, and came out, and was still looking at the lady that was sitting there where I would have been. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, dang, like, why don't you just get down and get something like that? That ain't worth it. Like, how much gas are you wasting in time? I don't know. I see a line that long, I'll just get down. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it took like 2 seconds to walk in and grab a coffee. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause as I'm ordering it, the girl reached in back of her, grabbed the thing, and whoop, here you go. You know what I'm saying? And I put my card in there, and I was out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. What are you gonna? What are you gonna do? That's modern life, right? I mean, that's modern life. Let's see here. Oh, Lee says, Joe, I'm autistic, and also you probably say I forget a lot of things, but I didn't. But didn't you drink the same blend a while ago? Yeah, I did actually. Yeah. hmm Yeah. It's sometimes I'll wake up and want this particular blend. I should show you again. I'll be right back. Great. So this is the one I'm having right now, and this is from Walmart. These are both from Walmart. The other ones I have are in containers that aren't labeled, and um, yeah, I'll forget. I just kind of go by the roast and the smell on those ones. This one's very. This is a dark roast, as you can see here. The Sumatra blend and Manling. So you can see there all the information. This is the one I'm having right now. And man, when you crack that, it almost chokes you. It's it's pretty serious. You smell it, you want to you want to go like that. You know what I'm saying? It's a pretty nice. You're Everything's in there because you know what I'm saying. It's like whoa, you know. But and this was grown over 3,000 feet elevation. So that's on, and it's grown over 3,000 feet above sea level on steep volcanic slopes. So I guess that's really good for coffee. I should research this a little bit more before I speak on it, but it's still really, really good. And the dark roast, man, you just get so much more of a jolt. You know what I'm saying? I don't know that it has more caffeine, but just the taste of it. You know what I'm saying? This other one is definitely milder. This one's grown at lower altitudes. It says this is the Brazilian blend. And you can see that there, and it's a medium roast. So I think they did have a darker roast of this, and this one ain't as pungent. It's not as serious, but you can see I'm down to here on this one. So it's about due to buy some more. But I love that they're selling coffees, and hopefully with Walmart selling, this is the Sam Choice, and you can see that's Walmart's brand. And I'm hoping that with Walmart starting to sell their product like this, that others will, because this is fantastic. Because now I know exactly what I'm having. I don't have to go out of my way to try to cut the label or remove the label from the little paper bag, or sometimes I'll take a picture and I'll just still, I'll forget to match so it could be a hassle sometimes trying to, because you've got those little cylinder deals and you just open the little paper bag and put it at the bottom of the thing and fill the bag. And it can be tough to keep track of what coffee is in there. But and so I'll go mostly by the smell or by the look of the bean for that particular morning. But that's what I'm having. So and that's what I love about Walmart doing that with their own coffee, because now I know exactly, right? I don't have to go out of my way to, and I don't, this is just cardboard. This is just a cardboard, and the bottom's like a tin or something, little metal sort of bottom to it, and it seals up really nicely. And this is 12 ounces. So you're not quite getting a full pound, but it's 12 ounces. But I'll sacrifice that for the container and all the information and knowing, you know what I'm saying, so I can get this again. I like that. So hopefully more will do that, and I'll make some sacrifices. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what else we got here. Let me see. Oh, you did say you're artistic. I'm curious about that, Lee, because someone very, very close to me is autistic, and I'm just wondering, and they're a child, and so I'm wondering. I'm still learning about autism, and I know that there's different levels, and certain people require different levels of care, and I'm just kind of wondering, since you are autistic, you seem functional, things like that. You said you don't you forget some things. if you're willing to share, I would love to know more about it because, like I said, someone very close to me is autistic, and so I'm learning. I'm trying to learn as much as I can because personally, it's affecting me now. So I need to learn this sort of thing. So anything you would share, man. Like I said, I'm dealing with a child, so I would love to know more information about uh, because I know what I'm being told from other loved ones, right? And there's still more testing going on and stuff like that. So, um, oh, he left. Okay. Oh, he did, huh? Yeah, it was nice being here. Gotta go. Yeah. Well, thanks. I would assume just from him jumping in and stuff like that he's pretty functional, wouldn't you? I mean, I think that's fantastic because I know some are functional. I've read some blogs and I've seen some YouTube video, of course, and some like other documentaries and things like that. And um, some of the possibilities for some people with autism are fantastic, and even those that aren't as fortunate, I guess, with the level where they're at, they still get a lot of they still get a lot of teaching and a lot of training and stuff like that, and a lot of things that they need, and so I'm optimistic. You know what I'm saying? Mm, let me see. Oh, we got Dirk in here. Let me see. Have you ever tried Forehand Stout beers? Before I comment on that, let me let me research Forehand Stout beers first. Because sometimes I'll tell you, no, I never heard of it, and I've already reviewed like 5 of their beers. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. Let me go back. Uh, I would assume that's Four Hands Brewery, perhaps, and they make some stouts. Is that kind of does sound familiar though? Oh, out of St. Louis. Is that out of St. Louis? Is this the same one? Am I on the right track here? Oh, the age wall. Man, there's almost nothing worse, right? No, there is worse, trust me. But so let's go way back just to make sure we're meeting the 21A, the age limit there. Okay, Dirk says yes. All right. Oh, this is cool. I like this, man. I like how I like when they do get creative. No, I don't. I can't. I can say for sure, just looking at the labeling and stuff. I've not had any. I've not had too many brews out of St. Louis, but I dig this, man. This is cool. Look at this. They've got some great labeling. Oh, look at this Moroccan coffee stout. What is that? Zelag is a Moroccan coffee stout brewed with cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, what is that? Cardamom, black pepper, and sea salt. Oh man. Okay, we got to check that one out. Let's see here. Then we got Divided Sky Rye IPA. That sounds good too. We got Cast Iron Oatmeal Brown. Oh, I love brown ales. Single speed. I love this labeling too. And this is great. I love how they have all these are a tap, and then you can just scroll over them and look here, man. This looks like one of their kind of main beers, right? Kind of an all-the-time brew for them. Citywide, Centennial-driven American Pale. Um, oh, Dirk says, yeah, good stuff. And I'm a Guinness guy. Okay. LaBelle. You know what? I think I've seen. I don't know. I don't want to. I don't want to say because there is a lot of breweries that have that sort of makeup and stuff like that. A Day of the Dead look on there. But Labelleza is a imperial stout brewed with coca, cinnamon, vanilla, chilies, ginger, and nutmeg. You know, ginger's not a bad flavor in beer. When it's done right, man, it just could be fantastic. Ooh, first impressions nitro. Look at this. Is a nitro wit beer with raspberry, Madagascar, vanilla beans, and we've learned from our friend Zach from Chain Reaction Brewing in Colorado that Madagascar vanilla is a really good vanilla. I asked him on one of the many times he's been here on the show. You guys might remember, and he specifically has said that Madagascar vanilla does make a difference. And lactose. This would be an interesting one, man. This is real. I love that. It's a nitroed wit beer with raspberry, vanilla, and lactose. That has got to be really rich and creamy and a little fruity in there. Hopefully, it's not too sweet. Um, yeah, hopefully it's not too sweet. Let me see. Cash Money. This is cool. Chocolate milk stout. Oh, I mean, these are just sometimes they're liquid dessert. Our chocolate milk stout pours black as the night sky with aromas of dark chocolate, chocolate malt, and more chocolate. uh, with firm tan head and rich velvety mouthfeel, our chocolate milk stout is a perfect complement to the change of seasons. I wonder if that's an all the time beer. That might sound like something they brew all the time, they have on tap all the time. This is awesome, man. Snake oil, a good red. I love a good red IPA actually. Oh, here's another milk stout. Yeah, they have quite a few stouts here. This is cool. Yeah, I know for a while a lot of breweries were getting very IPA heavy, and some still are. Some still are. You know, hops is what some breweries do well. I love the labeling here, man. This sounds like a cool brewery. If I'm ever in St. Louis, or maybe I'll just keep my eye out for it. Um, oh, let me look into this other one though. This what is this? Zillage? Zillage. Let's go to Untapped here and check out Zillage. Let's check this out, man. Let's see. Four hands. Let's see. There it is. Nice. 430. I'm sorry. 4,300. And there might as well be 4,400 total on here. 732 in the last 30 days. It's a pretty popular beer. 7.5 ABV, no IBUs rated. 3.85. That's pretty solid, man. And again, the description. It's a Moroccan coffee stout brewed with cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, cardamom, black pepper, and sea salt. Look for bold notes of coffee, warming spices, and chocolate. Zillage pours opaque black with a firm tan head. The name Zillage references the mosaic tile pattern often found in Morocco. Oh man, I had never been interested in going to Morocco before, and then yeah, of course, you know, you meet somebody that intrigues you, and they were from that area of the world, and so um, enlightened me to different things. Yeah, I like that's definitely one I'm gonna have to keep my eyes out for. See if I can get my hands on. That is cool. That is cool, man. Dig it. Yeah, thanks for the heads up on that one. Hey, we got Eric's beer reviews in here too, man. What's up, brother? Let me see. So let me finish up the last of this coffee. Mm. Ah, that was refreshing. And I am going to get into this Sumatran now with the Sumatran theme here. Let me get these coffees out of the way here. Whoops. Get those out of the way so I can make room over here. Well, I got limited amount of room on my desk here. Let me remember to go back in this. Let me see. Left hand peanut butter stout. I'm a Guinness freak. Oh, do you use a percolator? No, I don't. I have a my coffee machine is a I've had it for since 2005. It's a it grinds and then brews. So I just put the beans in there, and then it grinds, and then it brews when it's done. It's and what I like about it, and I've had it for so long, because the newer machines that grind and then brew, break down into so many different little pieces, and I don't like that. This one breaks down into, let me see, 1, 2, 3. That's it. It breaks down into 3 pieces, and that's what I love about it. So it's super easy to clean, and you know that we have to clean it. You know what I'm saying? And it's super easy to clean, and that's what I love about it. I'm not that hardcore of a snob about my coffee. I love good coffee. I'm willing to spend good money on it, but I'm not that big a nerd where I'm gonna go. My grandma had a percolator though, and when she was alive, she would make good coffee with the percolator. Let me see. Yeah, I'd say. Let me see. Yeah, I'd say it's not the worst disability you can have. Well, that's good to hear, Dylan. Thank you, man. Um, you know, yeah. There's yeah. He says, "What's up, Joe D? What's up, brother? Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it, man." Let me see. Good stuff. I'm a Guinness guy. Yeah, peanut. Let me see. Getting popular in Chicagoland. Would that be peanut butter? Would that be peanut butter beers or something? Is getting popular in Chicago? So Dirk, I'm taking it you're from the Chicago area. Not overpowering. All the chocolate milk stouts are great. Or maybe okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, because St. Louis isn't far from, so maybe that brewery is getting popular up there. I think that's what he's saying, which is judging from just the taps that we saw on their website, man, I could see why. I would definitely try several of them, or if not all of them. You know what I'm saying? That Moroccan coffee stout has me intrigued, man. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can get that in my area. As you guys know, man, if you watch the show, I definitely buy a lot of my stuff here at Total Wine. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you born before this date? Yes. Let me see here. So let me go Total Wine. Let me see. Let me go here, and I'll just copy and paste it, of course, because you know that's what you do. So let me see if they have it. Yeah, forehand salad. Let's see. Cross your fingers. Not available in your area. So that answers that. Yeah, not available in my area. Well, that kind of sucks, doesn't it? Let's see. See if anything from Four Hands Brewing is available in my area. It doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. Total Wine, I like to use them as a judge because I've talked to people from Total Wine in the past, from like, you know, actual management and stuff, and they do say that they like to carry every single thing that is distributed to that state. So that's why I kind of like to go to Total Wine, because they do make sure they have an effort. And if they don't have it and it is available, they're pretty cool, man. They'll make every effort to try to get it. So I like to use Total Wine, especially because their website's so easy to use as well. So I can't get that in my area, but that looks like something I would definitely be interested in. I'm still looking at the pictures on Untappd of that beer. All the chocolate milk stayed. Dylan says, "Bro, I say, let me show you guys the chat, just so I'm not looking at it myself, and let me show you the chat, man. That that way you can see. So I'm right here, and we got Dylan, and he said, bro, I say your Guinness review the other day. You could sell snow to an Eskimo. Respect, man, from Australia. Hey, thanks from Australia, man. I appreciate it, brother." Summer seasonal. Okay, Dirk says that. Yeah, I kind of assumed that summer season. That's why I was kind of pointing out, like, that one looks like one they have on tap all the time, and this one doesn't. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I kind of assumed that. And then Dirk was kind of confirming, yeah, Four Hands, because he says that they're getting popular in Chicago, so he was kind of confirming that. Oh, so yeah, and he's got some groceries, even groceries starting to carry Four Hands. So that's a good sign. You're getting pretty popular when even the grocery stores are starting to make space for you. So that's good. That's absolutely fantastic. Benny's Liquor in Chicagoland, yeah. Excellent, man. Oh, and Jason's back. Good, man. Excellent. So, like I said, I'll put it out there again. At the top of the chat is the link. You can see it right up here. That's the link. So if you, it seems like lately those aren't working for some reason. So, I don't know. The link that is in the Google Plus page seems to be the one that works to get people in. Or so if you want to jump in, you're more than welcome. Don't be scared, Mike. Most of you, it's not your first time watching, so that's typically this I'm a pretty public guy, like with the chat. On the main shows, I don't necessarily show the chat a lot. I'll just kind of read off of it, or Bum or Mark will read off of the chat. Bum and chat. Bum and Mark, by the way, are my my board of directors, if you will. Like they're my moderators and stuff like that. So they'll kind of keep track of that. On something like this, it's a little easier for me to keep track of, so I can do that. But when I can, I like to show you what I'm seeing at the same time. I think that kind of makes it a little more easier. So here's the beer I was telling you about. So this is Founder Sumatra Mountain, and this is a brown ale, Imperial Brown Ale, brewed with Sumatra coffee. So let's look this up in the Untappd. I've had this a few times already, so this ain't a huge secret or anything like that. Not a huge. Yeah, here it is. Let me pull up I'll show you guys what we're seeing here. So I've had it more than I just probably didn't log it more. So 104,000 ratings on here, 3,100 in the last 30 days, 9% ABV, 40 IBUs, and it's a 4.08 brew. I'm telling you, this one's good. I love the short description. The addition of rich Sumatra coffee elevates this bold brown ale to a decadent level. And it's good, man. It is really good. I don't know where that accent is from, but that's the one that came out. So that's a really good look. This is a really good look at the label right here. That's better than my picture that I took. And that's a good look at the brew once it's poured. So I'll pour this one for you now that it's a little closer to 10. a little bit more appropriate. You know what I'm saying? It's closer to 10. So I've got my Newcastle brown ale glass because this is some of the swag that Newcastle sent me a while back. So in any case, we've got the Founders 20. Oof, man, that is some small print. 20 years anniversary on here. Zero regrets. So let me show that to you because it's a pretty cool. It's a pretty cool bottle cap. So it's got a big Founders 20 on there. Hey, Earth, what's up, bro? So here we go. This is the pairing with the Sumatran coffee that I was actually having earlier. So, little small. Oh, it's a late bloomer. Did you see that little bit of smoke creeping up out of there? It's not quite Neri smoke, so I have to eat that one. I can't tell Neri to eat it. I have to eat that one. So I didn't pour the full bottle. Want to make sure to release some of that. Oh, wait. Tappa. We got the guy in the room here. Got to pay respect. I'm not taking a picture this time though, but boy, this one took a few more. And then we learned from our friend Zach that I'm using the wrong detergent. But I'm not going out of my way for, I'm going to use what I use Dawn. That's what I use. And I'm going to continue to use Dawn. I'm not just cleaning beer glasses, for Christ's sake. So here we go. A little bit better than last time, right? This one took a few more taps. I think mostly because of the style of this glass. You know what I'm saying? But this is a cool glass. I don't use it that often, but it is a cool glass, isn't it? Even if you're not a Newcastle fan, this is a cool glass. Oh, and the man, if you haven't had this, you got to get you some. Oh. Yeah, judge away, bro, because there's nothing wrong with a beer before 10. You know what I'm saying? Judge away, man. You know what I'm saying? Put it in the comments, man. Judge away, bro, because this is a good beer. This one got coffee in it. This one got Sumatra. It's in the label. It's in the label, and you can taste the coffee, and that's that's what we want, right? Oh. It's so smooth. It's a big beer. The alcohol is not, you don't really get it too much up front. It is fantastic, man. This is a really, really good, well done beer. Let's see. And you know what? This one's not real young, too. This one, I've had this one for a while. Well, it was bottled on 4/13/2017. So this one I've had for a little while, or I don't remember having it that long. I might have bought. You know what? I bought these I think on sale because they were already past the 6 months, if I'm not mistaken. And it's still good. It's still fantastic. None of that matters, right? And out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. So this is a Michigan brew. Fantastic, man. It really is. A little better, a little fresher. You know what I'm saying? But still good, man. Still really good. Let me look inside the cap. Brewed for us. Love that. There you go. Brewed for us. Now that for us, I already said I'm not. Did I say I'm not a beer snob? Okay, but I am a cap snob. I do. You guys know from time to time when I remember, I'll show the cap. Look how clean that is. I just showed you. Well, I didn't show it to you, huh? But bottled on 4. Let me make sure you guys can get a good look at that. 4/13/17. You see that? Okay, it's not quite a full year. Look how clean that cap is, man. That and that I those of us that get into that sort of thing, you'll kind of like to look at the back of the cap. It just kind of gives you an idea of how the beer might taste or how it might have aged. You know what I'm saying? The cleaner the cap, the theory is, the better, of course, seal a beer had, and so the less that beer is infected and that sort of thing, and we kind of pinky out with that sort of stuff. But a fantastic beer. I'm trying to squeeze it all out of there because this one's good, man. You got to get you some of this if you have not had Founders, man. I mean, in this Sumatra Mountain, it is fantastic. It is really good. So if you can find it, get some, man. And it's an Imperial Brown Ale brewed with Sumatra coffee. We got Earth in here. Let me see. Yeah, Dylan says smoke, but we just got a little smoke, so I couldn't tell Neri to eat it. I had to eat it. I had to eat it on this. Neri is the king of smoke. He's the king of smoke. He even has a song out for, you know what I'm saying? He has walk-up music. Do I need to play you the walk-up music? Do I need to play that for you? I can play it for you. I've got it handy. Let me see here. Watch. We'll play it so you can pay respects to the Neri, right? Let's see here. I have to switch things up here. I have my sound coming to my earphones, so watch. I don't have a really good setup. Oh, I still have it coming into my headphones. Sorry.
I'm the king of smoke, there is none higher. Sucker beer geek should call me sire. For my kingdom, you must use fire. I once stopped smoking till I retired. Now I rock the party, come to rep. Smoke is on time. Here's that. Got the right to smoke, you will elect. Others can't stand, but give me respect.
That's right, man. And that is I forget what that MC's name, what he goes by. What, anybody remember what that MC goes by? I don't remember, but that is someone close to the show. I'll call him MC Marky Mark. Since the real Marky Mark doesn't like to be called Marky Mark anymore, we've got our own MC Marky Mark. It's like Zach said, right? In the last Share Beer show, Zach enlightened us and told us, hey, man, he's not concerned about copyright if it's not in the, or trademark infringement if it's not in the same market. Well, we're nowhere, we're on a way, and it doesn't even like to use Marky Mark anymore. So we got our own, MC Marky Mark. Right? So yeah. So Neri has his own walk-up music now, and we haven't seen Neri in several weeks now. Feels like, at least it feels like several weeks. Earth says, I assume the back label says that is last year's based on the cap. Yeah. Shows how strong that Sumatran coffee, since it's still strong almost a year later. Yeah, this is a solid brew. It really is, and a damn good brewery, man. Founders makes some fantastic beer. If you're not familiar with Founders, let's look them up as well. Let's see. Yeah, Sumatra Mountain Brown. Yeah, foundersbrewing.com. Excellent. Let's check this out together here. Oh, another age wall, but if you must have an age wall, then this ain't too bad. At least 21 years old? Yes, I think so. 21 in like a couple of months. You know what I'm saying? There we go. Yeah, availability is January and February. So you still have time to get this beer right now. It is in season right now. So you have time to get this brew. There's their address right there. 456. Dude, that is a nice address. How did you get that? 456. When you can get numbers all in a row, Charlotte Street, Detroit, 48201. Yeah, see, the zip code sucks. But the address, 456. Charlotte Street. I can remember that, and I suck with numbers. 456. That's a great address. That's in Detroit. In Grand Rapids, though, a different ball game. Ooh, they almost did it. 235. They got 235 and 45. Dude, look at that. They got 235 and 456. Oh man, that is good. I sound like Rain Man, don't I? Did any of that make you feel like? Yeah, I feel like Rain Man. I swear. Let me see beers. Let me see Find Our Beer, year-round beer, all-day IPA, breakfast stout, Centennial IPA, Dirty Bastard, porter, Rubeus. Is that right? To be announced. Is that a beer or is that just seriously to be announced? Okay, yeah. That's seriously to be announced. And year round. So nitros are the oatmeal stout and the Rubeus. Am I saying that right? Rubeus? Oh, hey, we got Zach in there from we got Zach in the chat from Australia as well. So we got a little Australian contingency happening here, man. We got a few people from Australia tuning in at the same time. Oh, okay. Dirk says, thanks, Joe. Looks good. Gotta go. So yeah, man. Go for it, man. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, Zach says the backwards bastard. Yum. Very good. I'd be interested in trying this, man. You gotta love nitros just because of the way they look. Now, I was having this conversation at a brewery recently, a local brewery here in Phoenix area. And it seems like there's a lot of these sort of reddish hue, pinkish hue type of beers coming out at random breweries, right? And I think it's because of the latest sour / ciders craze, right? So there's a lot of berries being introduced, or that sort of look being introduced into brews now. And so this color of a beer on tap is pretty common to me, right? I think that's a pretty common thing. This is cool, man. This is really cool. There's seasonals. Here's some of their seasonals. Their barrel aged stuff. The KBS. Backwards bastard. Barrel aged number 3. Barrel aged. Now, I'd be interested to know how many of these Earth has had. Let me see. Oh, okay. So I am assuming vacation is over. Let me see. Yeah. Yeah. So Zach's saying, who's from Australia? And Dylan says, me, man. Over here, me. Ur says, I was shocked when I seen Founders on my vacation up north. Breakfast stout 4-packs, and all 6-pack styles were $8.49. That is good. And then Zach and Dylan are collaborating there on where they're from in Australia. I'd be interested to know also. Earth's pretty good at getting around to some of these other beers, man. This barrel aged number 3. Let's look this up. May, June. This is a May, June sort of release. Man, I'd be interested in these, man. These are barrel aged number 4. So these are just available at different times, July, August. So different levels of aging the same beer, maybe. There's literally no information other than the availability. So September, October. Man, am I getting closer to finding one of these that's just available or nope. November, December. Wow. So yeah, Backwards Bastard available is April through December. That's a long availability. So maybe it's different varieties of this Backwards Bastard. Since this is bourbon barrel aged Scotch ale. if you've not had this, this is definitely another good one to have. 11%, 50 IBUs. Expect uh, lovely, warm smells of single malt Scotch, oaky bourbon barrels, smoke, sweet caramel, and roasted malts. A bit of earthy spice and scintilla of dark fruit. It's a kickback sipper made to excite the palate. So if you're a lover of bourbon, okay, then I would recommend this because this is a bourbon for forward beer, if I remember right. Um, but if you're not, and we've had that discussion on this show, on this, not this show, but on Share a Beer. I get them all a little confused sometimes, but if you're not a huge fan of barrel aged beers that are really bourbon forward, and if I remember right, this one's pretty bourbon forward. Then I'm trying to read the chat as well. Then it's, you might want to hold back if you're not a huge fan of the big bourbon beers. But if you are, it's kind of like those real big hoppy beers. Some people like an IPA, but not necessarily one that's like super pucker your lips, earth or pine hoppy. I think a lot of us grew out of that, and you just appreciate a good piney, earthy hoppiness every now and then. Now it's more the big hoppy beers are more fruity. I think we've kind of, our palates are, or a lot of the breweries are trending towards that more fruitiness. And I think that trend, like I said, I personally, this is my personal opinion, I think a lot of that trend came from the sours. I think sours used to be real, wow. It was only, and you could pretty much only get different varieties of cherry sours in the early days. And now I think sours has really broadened out, and some of the sours aren't really as sour, but more tart. Make any sense? I think they're just more tart than sour, which we have more of a tolerance for, I'm thinking. Some are still pretty sour, but some are just more tart than sour, and which is good for me personally. When we went to the GABF this past year, I think for the four of us, we all tried more sours than we have ever tried in our lives. I know me personally, I did, and I think at least Tom did as well. But man, that was a good time. I think if you have not been to GABF, I think you should try to go. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily go out of my way, but we definitely and Mark's the one that got that one started. Mark definitely hollered at me and was like, "Hey, man, I was thinking about getting some tickets," and I was like, "Dude, you get tickets and I'll go." You know what I'm saying? And of course, I was willing to pay for whatever ticket, but I was like, "If you can get tickets, I'll go." And he did. He emailed me not too long after and was like, "I got tickets." You know what I'm saying? I'm like, "I'll get a ticket." You know what I'm saying? Meaning I'll get airline tickets, and I did. I emailed him right back. "I just bought airline tickets. Let's go." You know what I'm saying? So it was on from there. A lot of fun, man. Hey, TD, what's up, man? I like seeing guys in here that we normally don't get in there, and it's so it looks like what's happened in the Australian thing is the same thing that happens here in America as well. We've got one East Coaster in Australia and one West Coaster in Australia, which is perfect. We've got a nice balance of Australia happening there. And then we've got a nice mix of America happening here because we've got East Coasters and West Coasters, and then some of us in the middle or some of us in the Southwest. They're kind of right. So we got a nice little mix of people, man. Nice little mix of folks, right? This is great. Yeah. So, TD, if you ever want to jump in, man, there's a link at the top or you can go to my Google Plus page, and there's a link in there that you can find as well. I also want to reiterate to some people, here is the look at the Facebook page. Okay, this coming Share a Beer. Okay, the Share a Beer on Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. The Friday Share a Beer, 12 noon Eastern. Will be possibly the last at those times and possibly the last at those days. Part of my meeting on Saturday had to do a lot with work. Because things are, I'm not going to get too into how the sausage is made, but the sausage is all over the freaking place. I'm just going to say that. I don't know how we're ever going to make another sausage again. You know what I'm saying? It's that much of a, it's like, it's a mess. So had to have a huge union meeting over that. That was what happened Saturday morning. So yesterday morning on my end. So I'm just giving you that little bit of insight. I wish this was a little more organized than it is, and I could just clearly tell you. I'm pretty certain that I might be able to, hopefully by next Tuesday, tell you my new permanent schedule so that I can, okay, this is for sure what time, but just be flexible over the next month, I would say, because there's going to be, I can't say for 100% certainty what my new schedule will be. I can say what my new schedule will be probably at least by next Friday. So stay tuned to that. At a minimum, stay tuned to that Facebook page. That's the Jody Reviews Facebook page. This is what it should look like on your end. And there's a link to my YouTube page. Those of you probably have seen the YouTube page, at least if you're watching this. But just in case you haven't, that's where you can go to check it out. There's some pictures, some photos of us from GABF. That's me with the man from Brooklyn Brewing, the main mofo. I was so happy he took that picture with me. It was a great privilege. But this is the page to tune into to get all the latest information on the new times and the new days, as well as let me take you. I shouldn't take you here because you won't see that page. Let me see where. Let me see what. Let's see if I can just take you to my main. No, that's not it either. Darn it. I need to be able to take you to my main Facebook page here. Let me see. No, not Facebook. YouTube page. Well, let me figure this out. That way, because it does show the shows when I put them up there, and then you could just click the reminder. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm trying to get to. Oh, that reminds me of another something too as well. Let me try to, let me see here. Where's my main Facebook page? Oh, here we go. Yeah. Okay. Gosh, I couldn't. I guess I hadn't been here in a while, so that's why. So this is the main Facebook page, right? And then right here, you can see I have the latest 2 shows. But whenever I do plan a show, you go here. Oof, that popped up real big. So whenever I do put a new show in here, you can go here and set a reminder. And you can click this button right here. And then that way you'll get a reminder. However you have your reminder set for YouTube, you'll get that reminder for the show. So you can also tune in there. But you're not going to get quite as much information, but I will, whenever I am able to set a show, I do set it so that you can set a reminder, for yourself, so you don't have to miss anything. Let me see. We've got TD Burris in here. What beer are you drinking on? Oh, I'll show you again here in a second. do a 6 a.m. show would work out great for us in Australia. You know what, man? That's not out of the realm of possibilities. I've already expressed on the Share Beer show that if it turns into a situation where um, instead of starting at 7 p.m. Eastern, I start at, let's say, 8 p.m. Eastern. Like maybe even if it's at 8 or even a 9 p.m. Eastern, I might just move the time and not necessarily the day, because I am reluctant to move Tuesday. If it only takes moving it an hour, I guess, forward, or even 2 hours forward, but keeping Tuesday and even the Friday, I'm more willing to do that. Well, the Friday is definitely going to change. The Friday is going to change. That one's definitely going to change times at a minimum. The maximum for Friday is it goes away altogether. Those are the two kind of choices for Friday. But the Tuesday shows what I'm most concerned about. And if it's a matter of moving it from 7 Eastern to 8 or 9 Eastern, I'll be more inclined to do that, and we'll just have to lose more East Coast people and pick up more West Coast people, which would be a welcome thing for anybody that's on the West Coast, because they made a lot of sacrifices over the years. And I know our friends like Earth and TD more than welcome to jump in on a more regular basis. That would be more friendly to West Coast people, and that would be great, you know. So we'll see, man. I won't know. I was hoping that I was hopeful that come Monday, I would be able to, after that meeting, I got to tell you, man, because I've been on vacation, for those that didn't know. So I have not been at work on a daily to know all these other sorts of little things that were happening in the 2 weeks that I've been gone. So, so just bear with me, man. That's all I got to say. All I can do is laugh. You know how things get so jacked up at work sometimes? All you can do is laugh, and you're just like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'll just take it as it comes. I mean, what can you do, right? So it's one of those situations. So just bear with me. All I do know is that my current shift or my current route is going away. So I have fought and lost that battle, and we don't always win every battle we fight, right? I made some great points. I did learn that, and I learned that I got a lot of people on my side, but I still lost a good fight, but I gained some respect, if you will. So maybe in the future that gets me somewhere or not. Who knows, right? Who knows? I don't know. All I know is dilly, right? That's all I know. Now that I'm having a beer, I can dilly. So has anybody seen the latest dilly commercial? By the way, I've got a couple things I want to point out before I get out of here. The latest dilly commercial. And then, and another Budweiser thing I can bring up as well is it was pointed out to me early this morning from someone that Budweiser has the latest commercial that they're going to air during the Super Bowl out. I don't know if anybody else has seen this thing. I've seen it. And it's basically a little puff piece for Budweiser, kind of patting itself on the back about and we've talked about it here on the show, some of the relief efforts that they made distributing water to people and some of the what would you call it? The tragedies that happened earlier last year, I think it was, with the hurricanes and stuff like that. And some of the water that Budweiser distributed. Pay close attention when you see that commercial. My takeaway from that commercial, and we already know the details, we've already beat that dead horse. To me, it's a shame that Budweiser, as big as it is, and as many breweries as they have in this country, and we've talked about that, there's at least 12 breweries in this country, and all they could scrum up was one truckload from, I think, 2 breweries. Come on, Budweiser. You can do a better job than that. Come on, man. You know? So you stopped brewing beer for 10 minutes and you lined up special cans for water. I get that. That's an expense, and all that stuff is an expense, and you paid a majority of your employees for that time frame to, redo the cans, and all that is a cost. I realize that. But you did put that number out there, and that number factored into the one truckload that you actually show in your commercial leaving the brewery. And that was it. You don't show, I've hauled Budweiser. You don't show the trucks that are lined up around your plant to haul that beer. So I would think you could have spared like 2 trucks. I mean, come on, man. For as much beer as you guys put out per minute, give me a break. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I was like, oh, don't pat yourselves on the back that hard, because you could have done a much better job. If anybody is informed about their relief efforts, now I applaud them for even doing something. I give them that. But come on, man. You can do better than one truckload of water. So that's my rant. Right on that commercial. Now, as for the rest of you, you've given us a great campaign. This is fantastic. I love the Dilly Dilly commercials. Absolutely love them. You guys know I'm a huge fan. I was on board with the Dilly Dilly before I think people even knew what Dilly Dilly was. At the very beginning of the season, I had happened to catch the very first commercial, and it was great. I instantly fell in love with that campaign. It was wonderful. Oh, so Earth says he can't actually see and read the screen share. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Oh, I'm sorry. And then I told TD that I would talk about this beer. I am having the Founders Sumatra Mountain. So this is the beer that I am having right now, my friend. I am having it in a Newcastle Brown Ale glass, and I am respecting it since it is a little early in the morning. I'll show you the Untappd again real quick. This time just super quick. But this is the Untappd for the Sumatran Brown that I am having. 9% ABV, 40 IBUs, and it's a 4.08 brew. And this is the one that I am having. Let me go here and check in real quick as well. Remember, yeah, allow that, yeah. So I gave it a 4.2 before, and I will continue that. Frank and Alberts in Phoenix. Now a verified venue on. Do you guys get this as well? So you just seen. Exactly. Now it says I've had it twice. I've definitely had this brew more than twice, but it doesn't matter. But that's the one that I am having now, man. It's a fantastic beer. If you haven't had it, TD, you should pick it up. It's definitely really good. They're out of Michigan, and definitely a good beer. Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, I'm still showing that 6 a.m. in Australia. 6 a.m. in Australia would be what here? What time would that be for me? I'll look that up. Time in the USA. Let me see. Oh, so that would be 2 in Washington. So that would be 12. So 12 noon for me is what that would be. So 12 noon for me would be 6 a.m. Or does he mean 6 a.m. For me would be a good time for him? Let me see. 6 a.m. In Phoenix. Is what in Australia? So 6 a.m. for me is noontime. Oh, okay, I got you. So that's noon Monday in Australia, in a certain particular part of Australia too. So Canberra, Australia. And we've talked about this because I did not realize there were so many time zones until we did the New Year's show, or leading into the New Year's shows that we did. I didn't realize there were so many time zones in Australia, and some of them are only like a half hour apart. So it was going to be brutal on me. I know that. I was like, yeah, no, we're going to do one time slot for GMT, and then we are going, and then that's going to be it, right? That's going to be it. Yeah, that was. Yeah, Zach says it's a joke. Yeah, I know, I get it, man. But I thought I would at least entertain it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I get it, but I thought I would at least entertain it. So, in any case, guys, we have today is the first Sunday, basically with no football in America. As most of you know, no matter where you're at in the globe, next Sunday is Super Bowl Sunday here in America. Most people around the globe are at least aware of the Super Bowl coming up, and will be aware, even if you don't watch, probably are aware of, or it will be available at some point. It'd probably be at some oddball time, but the Super Bowl is next Sunday, and after that, in America, our lives end. You might as well just put us on hold here. We don't know what to do. And for those of you that are married, I feel sorry for you, man, because then all this, like, this is the first week of the honeydew list. This is the first official week. Why don't you ever get that feeling like someone walking around in your house? You're like, what the? But this is the first official week of the honeydew list. So for those of you that have a partner, you don't have to be married, I suppose. But I mean, for those of you that have a partner, this is the first official week of the, okay, here you go, man. Here's your list, right? You remember how that song came out? Here's your sign. Here's your list. They should come out with a new song. They say, here's your list, right? Because this is the beginning of the end of like the rest of your life until the September again, right? Until September, that's the start of football season. Your life is over. Right? You could kind of come September, they have mercy on your soul, and they'll allow you, if you get all your chores done. It's kind of like you go from being a grown-ass man to being a kid again. Because if you get all your chores done on Saturday, if you're a good boy on Saturday, you'll be allowed to have your Sunday for that time slot at least. And for those of you poor people in the East Coast, football don't start till late. For us here in the Mountain Time Zone and in the Western Time Zone, football starts so early, you get your whole Sunday. See? Because it starts so early that you can even get out of church. For you poor people on the East Coast, you still got to go to church, and you might have part of your honeydew list you still got to do because football starts so late. For those of us here in the Mountain Time Zone and in the on the West Coast, it's like that stuff starts so early. You're watching football during breakfast. So this is the first week of the list. You're getting introduced to your list, and you're like, oh. I already seen some of my neighbors out there. They're redoing their yards, or they're getting the yard started. Because it's coming into summertime. So yeah, you want to make sure all that's legit by the time summer hits. And I love seeing that in my neighborhood. I don't get upset when people are hammering away, shoveling away, doing all that sort of thing when they're doing home improvements, because that helps us all, right? In the community, right? You improve your house, that helps me. I'm your neighbor. That helps us all, right? Improves the value of your house, improves the value of my house. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. It's a handshake. But I feel sorry for you at the same time because it's the end of your life. Right? It's one of the small perks to being single because, I had myself a list and I don't want to get to it. I don't do it. I could always put my list on hold. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, when you get lists handed to you, it's like, oh man, dang, football's over, man. Now what do I do, man? It's hard to make an argument for basketball, right? It's because it is basketball. Now, you might get a small break for March Madness. A little break for March Madness because everyone gets into that, right? Even your partner gets into March Madness because there's money involved. There's office pools and all this sort of thing. So they got something on the line too. So and then come June, the problem with the NBA is the playoffs are so damn long. But the ladies like Steph Curry because he got those eyes and he's entertaining. He can play some ball and he's entertaining. You know what I'm saying? And so they like Steph Curry. You know what I'm saying? Because they think he's cute. So you can kind of get out of a little bit there, but that list is still dangling over your head, right? You know it. You're like, oh, we got a game. We've got something. We got a game. Woo-hoo. You know what I'm saying? But it's temporary. It's temporary. You don't really get out of anything till football starts again. And they allow you if you like I said, if you get everything done on Saturday, you right? So, let me see. We have Coach in there. Hello from work, big dog. What's up, man? Yeah, how you doing, Coach? Up there from Idaho. So we're out here, man. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. I really appreciate it, man. TD, good to see you again. Coach, thanks for jumping in from work real quick, man. Earth, hey, thanks as usual. All the Australian contingent today, man. I appreciate everyone jumping in. God, we had actually quite a nice chat room going today, man. Yeah, like I said, man, Dylan and Kurt. And then earlier we had Lee. I appreciate him jumping in, and Paul. Everyone that jumped in. We had Tom for a minute as well. So thank you to everyone, man, for all your support. I really appreciate it. Remember to stay tuned to the Facebook page, for any updates on the Share a Beer show. And but you're more than welcome to follow me on Instagram, Jody Photography on Instagram. So you're more than welcome to follow me in more of a photography sort of aspect on Instagram. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Enjoy your Sunday, man. Maybe possibly your last free weekend. So we'll see you guys, man. Peace out.